Well, here we have it, the newest addition to the fleet, a 1973 Resorter Century. Figure I'd give a little video before I get too carried away on cleaner. Kind of just taking her in right now, seeing what we got going on, seeing what we need to do, kind of get a game plan going. Seems like this is going to be a winter project. Excited though. Been sitting in storage for the better part about 20 or 30 years. The gentleman who I bought it from, Dad bought it brand new back in '73. Been on table rock for most of its life. Then pretty well coming back into really about the 90s when he said, looking off that 91 decal sticker, and went into storage. It's always in a barn or kept tarp covered. Circumstances made him move out to his buddy's place. Buddy didn't really care that much about it, let the tarp get off of it, and here we are. Thankfully, it looks like most of the upholstery is in good condition. I was giving it a kind of look. We'll come back here real quick. It's kind of what it's looking like, polished out. Doesn't look like the upholstery's been out too long, maybe a couple years, kind of like the guy said. Got a cool steering wheel there. 4 neutral reverse, 3 on the tree, if you count neutral as a gear. Has a 318 Chrysler in it. We'll get into that. May have to wind up putting that old 5.9 in her. We'll see. Said he thought had a cracked head, water leaks down in the cylinders, currently seized up. We'll kind of get into that, see what we're going on there. Other than that, the boat's in pretty well good shape, no gouges, all the chrome's there, all the nameplates are there. Aside from some rot on the floor and, not being stored properly, only real damage I can see is the rudder there. Hit the ground, dragged the ground, hit a tree limb, I don't know. It's got a little kick in it. Everything moves, doesn't bind up. Maybe we'll pull it out, hit it with the old rosebud, see what we got going on there. Still got the old flagpole in her, nice little chrome tip. Anchor in. Don't know what we're going to name it yet. It hasn't had a name on it, it looks like, so we'll have to go ahead and give this boat a name after 50 years. Rear tow hook. Nice machine gas cap. Smells like wood varnish in there, so we're gonna have to go ahead and take that tank out. Not a big deal though. Climb on in here. Go ahead, start from the back and move forward. There's that tank. Looks like it'll be a pretty easy removal. Go ahead and get it out of there, get it good and clean. Make sure we don't have any fuel problems. Take a peek back at that rudder housing. Looks like a brass rudder. Should straighten out if I get her hot. Some conduit. Nice little wood bushing for the rudder. Kind of see the exhaust there, pretty well straight pipe, muffled by water. Pretty normal inboard system. It's got the legendary velvet drive on it. Don't know, everything seems to turn free. The linkage is kind of bound up, so we kind of just still need to continue checking out the mechanical condition of it. Got the old rear mount starter. Certainly helps when these old marine engines are in houseboats. Starter stuff like that are pretty common. They kind of did that just as a ease of mind, or ease of access rather. Being this is pretty easy to work on. I mean, I'm hoping we go ahead and get some more penetrating oil down those cylinder wells. Get her turned 360 degrees, maybe shoot some gas down that carb, see what we got. Kind of look at the carb, all your linkages are pretty well seized up. I mean, like I said, been out of water. These old flame arrestor air intakes don't really keep the water from getting in there. See, it's crusty. Don't know if that's just the aluminum corrosion, just from what bit of moisture got in there, or if this thing has water actually pouring into the cylinders sitting there. So, I mean, if we get her turned 360 degrees, we'll fire her up and see what's going on. Other than that, we'll probably at least have to pop the heads off. I'm confident. I'm not very confident in the fact that it'll just fire up and not have a stuck valve or some other serious issue. Old 318, lots of parts available. Come into the interior. Floor is pretty solid up here. Interior is pretty well in good shape. Not gonna bar the upholstery any more than I have by trying to get that to shut. Nice little walkthrough. See where I've sat up here before. Better pop down in here. There's that nice little emblem. Take it out, get a nice big old Buick steering wheel with the old horn bar right here. For neutral reverse, like I said, kind of bound up right now. I'm not going to break it. Want to take everything apart, free it up. Old wood dash, old Teleflex gauges. The original kill switch. Probably take that off there. We don't need that. Cigarette lighter from the 70s. Can't miss it. Don't know how much of this stuff works. Got the cop light up front. Turn it back around so we don't get bugs on it. Nice big old ski mirror. Kind of want it up top, but I do love this big old windshield on this. No splits, like a big old car windshield. We'll give it 360 degree. See the old engine on the other boat underneath the green tarp back there. Engine right behind you. Peek up in here. Probably got a bilge pump running there. Got our anchor support, nice and anchored in there, down to the hole. Man, don't quite build them. Horns underneath, horns up top. Fucking want to know we are here. Probably polish up some of those vinyls. Has some pretty well force inducted ventilation. Don't really see it directly exposed that much on newer boats, so it's kind of cool seeing them using the functionality of the boat for looks. Forced air right down, runs down beneath the boat. In build, normally got your engine compartment right here, out the back. It's kind of forced out just through the force of air. Even my newer 89 big boat doesn't actually ventilate that well on its own, so it's just kind of cool. Kind of had a crappy paint job put over it at one point. See, it used to be blue underneath, kind of flaking off. I think we'll just leave that wood on there and restain it for a while. It's got a bunch of brass screws, and really rather just kind of get this boat on the water, get a feel for it, see what that drive is like, get it running. I'm gonna keep on polishing up, get everything vacuumed up, get it ready to kind of piece the interior back together, see what we're missing. I'll kind of go from there once we get her cleaned up.